There are only a few top guys in the league, so in this series I'm looking at some of the up-and-coming stars who are making their way into the spotlight. For the third episode in the series, I'm traveling down to Cincinnati to look at a young talent named T. Higgins.
Lawrence with the rush coming, finds T. Higgins.
Out of Oak Ridge, Tennessee, T did his thing with over 1,000 yards and 18 touchdowns as a senior, as he became one of the highest recruits in the nation as not only a 5-star, but the second-ranked wideout in the country, only behind a Michigan star in Donovan Peoples-Jones. With such a status, T had interest from some major schools in Tennessee, Bama, and Clemson. Although he originally committed to Tennessee, T flipped to Clemson after meeting with Dabo, and the rest is history. By the way, T. Higgins was not only a standout in football, he also dominated on the basketball court, and in fact had some interest from some legit schools like Louisville, Tennessee, and Auburn, but decided to stick with football, and it's worked pretty well since.
Looking deep, looking for Higgins, and nudge there, he caught it! He came up with it! He is into the end zone! Touchdown!
Unlike many other freshmen at a powerhouse like Clemson, he didn't gain much of a target share, and because of it only had around 300 yards and 2 touchdowns in only 7 games. Although a pretty slim share of the offense, it was the beginning of his road to the top of the receiving corps. Going into his sophomore season, T became a starter and took full advantage of it with over 900 yards and 12 touchdowns, a much better piece of work than his freshman year. After a solid sophomore season, it was looking like it was going to be T's last hurrah as a junior, and he took full advantage of it with over 1,100 yards and 13 touchdowns in his last season with the Tigers. Funny enough, after losing to LSU in the national championship, T became the teammate of Heisman winner Joe Burrow with the Bengals. Although as a rookie you would expect a similar season to his freshman production with Clemson, T went off as a rookie and had over 900 yards and 6 touchdowns, which is good in its own right, but crazy in an offense with guys like Tyler Boyd and Joe Mixon. From the beginning, T showed that he was there to stay, and probably would have had an even better season if Joe never got injured. In fact, T was able to have the third most yards out of a stacked rookie wideout class, only behind Justin Jefferson's insane 1,400 yards and CD's solid 935. All of this is insane with Brandon Allen and Ryan Finley starting a combined 6 games. But nonetheless, T. Higgins just balled out as a rookie. T. Higgins is the epitome of a great overall wide receiver that can not only produce in close, but all across the field. Although he is 6'4", T has an insane quickness that rivals players of all sizes, and upon that he has an excellent ability to get in whatever position is needed to catch the football. At all points of the process of catching a football, T is excellent, as he can beat press with his insane acceleration, and because of it finds it pretty easy to gain a great deal of separation against some of even the toughest defenders. Although he is skinny at only 215, T doesn't let it affect his game as much as it would many others, as he goes all out to catch the football, and because of that is one of the best kind of players to have on a football team. All of this was on display in Cincinnati, and was heightened because of the play at quarterback by Joe, who was able to take full advantage of the versatility in T's game. Taking out all of the other elements in his game, it's just tough to go up against T with his amazing coordination and focus to continue plays when many would call it quits. When looking at a lot of the young wideouts that are gaining a great deal of attention nowadays, there are a lack of players like Hopkins and Julio, but in my opinion T epitomizes the dominant, tall, all-over-the-field threat. This all makes a ton of sense when you take into account his ability on the basketball court, and how he was a high-flying monster that could just bully cornerbacks with his pure athleticism. Upon his athletic ability, T is a hard-working player, and because of it he has a lot of potential to become a premier wideout in the NFL. Although normally having 2 great wide receivers in the same offense would be a con, T and Tyler elevate each other and create a headache for defensive coordinators all across the league. And now with a star like Jamar joining the team, there will be an interesting dynamic between him, Tyler, and T that will show truly who is the best of the bunch. I'll talk more about this in future videos, but figured I would talk about it. Anyways, T has that late 2000s, early 2010s wide receiver style of play, almost similar to guys like Andre Johnson and one of the greatest of all time in Randy Moss. Both Randy and T are the same height at 6'4" and use their slim build to take advantage of all sorts of defenders. Am I saying that T has the potential to put together a career to the level of Randy? Maybe not with Jamar Chase and Tyler Boyd in the same offense, But nonetheless, he is far from Randy's level, and this is purely speculation on my part. Usually when even some of the best wide receivers first make their way into the NFL, there's a period where they have to get used to a whole new game. But watching T's tape, he has incredible poise from the beginning and looked like a seasoned veteran from the start. His skinny build seems to be the least of his worries, and honestly there's a lack of holes in T's game that have me excited to see what's next. T. Higgins has always been one of the best at whatever he does, so I'm excited to see what's in store for a star in the making.
Clemson gets the ball to start the second half too. Lawrence back in the end zone, juggled and caught. T. Higgins.
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed the Future Phenom series, drop a like, subscribe, and comment who you want me to make my next video on. But anyway, see you guys on Tuesday and peace out.